Let us move on to next protocol, that is SCSI or Serial SCSI. So SCSI has emerged as a preferred connectivity protocol in high-end computers. So usually this particular protocol we are going to use in high-end computers, not in it's not usually used in home computers. Okay. So this protocol supports parallel transmission and offers improved performance, scalability, and compatibility compared to ATA. So previous one, whatever we have used, it had some performance issues. Okay, when you are going to connect more number of storage devices, but here in this particular protocol, that is CSA protocol, if you are using, it has improved performance and also scalability and compatibility. Scalability means we can connect more number of devices than the previous protocol. Okay, that was previous one was serial attack. So scalability means you can connect more number of storage devices to this to the host. Okay, when you're using SCSI protocol, the high cost associated with SCSI limits its popularity among home or personal desktop users. So it's not usually used for home or personal desktop users. Okay, this particular SCSI protocol is used for high-end computers. Maybe in companies they may be using this, but not it is not usually for used for home or personal users. Okay, and SCSI supports up to 16 devices on the single bus and provides data transfer rates up to 640 MB per second. So if you are saying, if you are comparing this with previous protocol, that is serial ATA or IDE protocol, where storage connectivity option was very less. You can connect up to two devices, storage devices, to the host, but it was decreasing the performance of the system. But whereas here, SCSI mainly supports 16 devices at a time on a single bus and provides data transfer rates up to 640 MB per second. Serial attached SCSI is a point-to-point serial protocol that provides an alternative to parallel SCSI. Okay, so a newer version of serial SCSI, or we call it as SAS 2.0, supports a data transfer up to 6 GB per second. So the data transfer rate is the same as the previous protocol itself. So next is fiber channel protocol. Fiber channel protocol is usually used for high-speed communication for the storage devices. So fiber channel interface provides gigabit network speed. If you want to have a high network speed, then you can go for this particular protocol. So it provides a serial data transmission that operates over copper wire as well as optical fiber. The latest version of FC protocol, it allows transmission of data up to 16 GB per second. Okay. So next protocol if you are going to study, that is Internet protocol or IP protocol. So all of you know this. You have already used this kind of protocol. The IP is a network protocol that is being traditionally used for host to host traffic. So when you are communicating between the host and the host or the system to system, one computer to another computer, you may be using this internet protocol. With the emergence of new technologies, an IP network has become a viable option for host to storage communication. Not only you can connect the uh, host and host devices, okay, through this protocol, internet protocol, you can also connect the host to storage communication. This is mainly we are talking here which are the protocols you can connect between the host and the storage device. So here IP protocol, it not only connects the host and the host, it also connects the host and the storage device. Okay. IP offers several advantages. It has less cost and maturity, and also enables organizations to leverage their existing IP based network. So if you want to do any modifications, you can do it very easily in case of internet protocol. ISCSI and FCIP protocols are also being used, are common examples that leverage IP for host to storage communication. So it is ISCSI stands for internet based SCSI protocol, and also one more you have, that is fiber channel IP protocol. Okay, so that is also common example of IP protocol itself. Storage. So one more topic in your data center environment is the storage. So what are the storage devices you may be using here in the data center? Storage is a core component in the data center. So one of the main component of the data center. Storage device uses magnetic, optic or solid state media. So there are many medias using which you can connect the host to the storage device. So what kind of storage devices it may be? It may be a magnetic device or a optic device or a solid state media. And also you were using this disks as a storage device. You can also use tapes and diskettes use magnetic media. So nowadays you usually use discs. These tapes and diskettes are used in olden days. Okay, not now. So CD and DVD were also used. So CDs nowadays you are all dependent on the pen drives, but CDs are also a storage device. CD or DVD uses optical media to transfer any data. Okay, and removable flash memory or flash drives uses solid state media. So that is all used nowadays. Removable flash memory or flash drives also using. So in the past, we were using tapes. Okay, so that is also a storage media. So you have to study about tapes also, even if you don't use. So in the past, tapes were the most popular storage options for backups because of their low cost. So one of the main advantage of tape is it is very less. It costs you very less. Okay. So tapes are various. It has some of the limitations in terms of performance and management. So what are the limitations here? Data stored on the tape linearly along the length of the tape, okay, and search and retrieval of the data are done sequentially, and it is invariable. It takes very several seconds to access the data. As a result, random data access is slow and time consuming. So here, if you are using the tapes, how the tape is going to store the data. Okay, so you have seen a tape. Okay, think that you have a larger length of tape, but how the data is being included to that particular tape, it is all written to in a sequential manner. So in this case, suppose if you want to access in a random manner that particular data in a random manner, it is uh, it takes a lot of time. So random data access is slow and also time consuming. Why? Because that tape, if it has got a header, the header has to move to the particular location in a sequential manner itself. Okay, since the data is written in a sequential manner, that header also has to move on all the tape. Okay, is it complete tape? It has to move, so it is time consuming. So in a shared computing environment, data shared on the tape cannot be accessed by multiple applications simultaneously, restricting its use to one application at a time. Okay, so you cannot use multiple applications when you are using the tapes. Okay, so on a tape drive, a read write head touches the tape surface, so the tape degrades or wear out after repeated use. This is one more disadvantage in case of tape drive. As you use it very regularly, these tapes may lead to wear and tears. Okay, and you cannot use it further. So the storage and retrieval requirements of the data from storage tape and the overhead associated with managing the tape media are significant. So it has many of the disadvantage. Okay. Nowadays, if you are comparing with the latest storage devices, it has got many disadvantages, the tapes. So due to these limitations and availability of low-cost disk drives, tapes are no longer a preferred choice as a backup destination for enterprise class data centers. So nowadays, we are not going to use tapes in the data center. So next thing is optical disk storage. It is a popular in small single-user computing environments. So you might have used these optical disks. It is frequently used by individuals to store photos or as a backup media on personal or laptop computers. So this optical disk storage is also used as a distribution media for small applications such as games or as a means to transfer small amounts of data from one computer to another computer. So, usually you may be using this kind of optical disk storage systems when you're using the small applications. Okay, maybe if you want to store photos or any files, small files, usually you have used this optical discs in CDs in the laptops, is it? So the capability to write once and read many is the advantage of optical disk storage. So only the thing is in the CD-ROM, if you are looking into, once if you write, uh, okay, it is written only once. Okay, one you have to write once and it can be read by any number of people, many number of people. Okay, collections of optical discs in an array, we call it as jukebox, and it is still used as a fixed current storage system solution. uh, Other forms of optical discs include CD, RW, Blu-ray discs, and other variations of DVD. So here, optical disc storage main examples are, you have to consider CDs and DVDs. The other kind of storage device I used are disk drives. Disk drives are the most popular storage medium that is used in modern computers for storing and accessing the data for performance intensive online applications. Okay, so disk supports rapid access to random data locations. So this is one of the main advantage of disk drive. So you can access it in a random manner whenever. So access is also very fast compared to the tapes. Disks have larger capacity. Disk storage arrays are configured with multiple disks to provide increased capacity and also enhanced performance. So the main advantage of disk storage is you can store it in the terms of arrays. Array storage is available, and also it provides higher capacity. Okay, if you want to store, if you want to increase the disk capacity, that you can do it very easily. Okay, additional disks can be added to the existing disks. Okay, so the disk storage array capacity also can be increased, and the performance also can be increased. um, so compared to the tapes, it has got many advantages because random access is possible, and it has very large capacity and also the improved performance. So most of the systems now, we have used disk drives as a storage system. Okay, so any number of online applications or the normal applications also can be run on the systems if you are using this disk drive.